Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just colored my hair last night using a recommendation, and it's the L'Oreal Paris Universal Nudes Excellent Cream. Now, I'd like you to take a good long look at this box and tell me, can you spot the difference of the name to the color? Okay, so this is supposed to be natural black. Does this look like a beautiful chocolate brown hair color or a natural black? So I ordered this online, and when I ordered it from Walmart.com, it looked a lot darker. Probably from like back here, it looks black. Maybe all the way back here. I kind of think that this is a manufacturer defect or oopsie, where they put the wrong model on the wrong box. And I mean, I get it. Accidents happen, mistakes were made, and this one was going to be a costly one to fix. And they probably noticed it way too late and was just like, oops, well, we could fix it when like all of these millions of boxes are shipped out to all their distributors like Walmart, Rite Aid, Target, Amazon, yada, yada, yada. And if they need to restock, we'll already have like the replacement fixed or like in the correct box. I feel like that she should be on a chocolate brown box instead of a natural black, because this hair color just does not look natural black. It looks like a beautiful chocolate brown that I would have loved to use when I was trying to go chocolate brown in the beginning of the year. So I was very, very disappointed once I got the box and I saw how not dark black it was. And then looking it all over was just like, how do they consider that a natural black? I had no high hopes for this hair color. And I'm being completely honest, because when I got the box and saw the model, I was like, that's a beautiful hair color if I was going chocolate brown. But I'm trying to go black that I feel like I'm not going to get what I paid for. I want black and I'm getting brown. Anyways, I did this anyways. Because it's for a recommendation and I'm giving you my honest thoughts on a hair color, and I give you my honest thoughts about any hair color, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm never going to sugarcoat anything because my face don't lie. So, my face will tell you what I won't say. I've been told that a million times. So anyways, this is 100% gray coverage and it's gentle on the hair and scalp. It also has a natural reflect technology in it, and it has 3. It's a Reflect N unique blend of cool, warm reflex to harmonize and flatter your complexion. So there's ash to give coolness, iridescent for a shimmering effect, and gold to amplify luminosity. Great. So I was already disappointed in the beginning, and I have a huge issue with L'Oreal Feria because it doesn't work in my hair. It doesn't stick. It burns my scalp. It irritates it so insanely bad. I can't keep it on my hair for like longer than 10 minutes. And it just washes out. So I really, going into this, seeing the box and then going into it, I'm like, I have no high hopes for this hair color whatsoever. So I'm mixing the hair color, and usually when you mix the color, you see at the end that it will be like a black color or like a really, really dark brown. It did none of that. So I was just like, oh great, it really is a dark chocolate brown. So I'm mixing it and I'm just like, all right, well, we're doing it no matter what. And so I always start with my roots up at the top here, and I'm putting it on, and I think I make it to like the back, and I start noticing the hair color changing, and I'm like, oh my God, it's actually black. Like this is like a blue black. It's not just like black, it's really dark. And so I was like getting excited, and I was like, all right, so they must have screwed up the box. And usually I'll start like feeling irritation once I start doing like my roots and stuff like up at the top. I did. And it was like right here by my ear. I glopped it by accident, like it was a big glop, and I didn't even fix it. And it like started to itch and burn my ear. And so I wiped it off. And that was the only time it ever itched or irritated or burned. It was so gentle, the whole process. It was so shocking. I was just like, this is a L'Oreal color? Like, what? That's unheard of. So, you know, I made it 30 minutes and I was in the middle of doing something, so I kept it on for like an extra 5. Like, that is unheard of completely for L'Oreal hair color on my scalp. So, that was great. So after I started washing it out, I've noticed that once I got to washing out my conditioner, that I didn't notice as much color draining off my hair. So that could be a little troublesome, because for me, I feel like if the color is washing out still continuously, shampoo, conditioner, and within the next couple washes after that, like a few weeks later, that the color has stayed. I kind of feel like since I didn't really notice much color washing out when I went to the conditioner or started washing the conditioner out, I kind of feel like it might have just went all down the drain. But we will see, because my hair looks a lot darker than it did when I started, which in my opinion is really good. I didn't think that was going to happen. I really thought I was just going to put a dark brown on the faded blackish brown that I previously had on. So anyways, once I started washing or drying my hair and, you know, styling it and stuff, I started noticing that my whites were not 100% fully covered. So this says 100% gray coverage. I want to say it's about 75, because it's tinted, but you can see the whites versus like the new growth. So the new growth is darker, but the whites are the 75% coverage, because you can still see the white, and it's just tinted to like this color. So that's why I'm saying I feel like it's 75% gray coverage, because it blends in, but you can still kind of see the white, and I feel like it's going to wash out my next wash, and I'm going to see all those pesky whites that I'm trying to hide. And I've been playing around with my camera, hoping that I could show you, but it blends in so well that it's not super noticeable. But like, I do notice, like, I have one pesky white here that just doesn't like to blend in. I feel like I just saw it, but there's a few all up in here, and this is the first area that gets covered. So technically the color's sitting on it for a long time before I finally finished my whole head and sit for the 30 minutes. So it really sits there until, because that's the first thing that gets touched. And for it to just kind of fade, I kind of feel like it's not really worth it. But a lot of my like new growth is definitely covered, and a lot of my whites are just tinted, but I can, if I'm looking in my mirror and I'm looking at it, like I can see those whites. I can see this one right here. I can see them. They didn't fully take to the color. So that's why I'm saying it's 75%. But that could just be me, because I don't technically have gray. Mine is pure white. So I know that gray and white hair are two different like textures, and one's more porous than the other, and I don't know if that plays a fact in it. So anyways, I have a feeling that with my next wash, it's gonna just wash it all out, and I'm gonna be kind of super bummed because I really wanted, that's why I colored my hair. I mean, I colored it selfishly earlier because, you know, you go through things in life and you're just like, oh, I really want to change. I already know I need to color my hair, but I don't want to do it yet. And then like so many things just happen and you're just like, you don't want to go down the depression hole, that you're just like, all right, let's do some retail therapy. Let's color our hair. Let's do some self-care. And, you know, that's what I did. I decided to color my hair, and that's where we're at. So I did it a lot earlier than I wanted to, but I just kept seeing all those pesky whites and was like, to hell with it. We're just coloring it. So I kind of feel like I'm going to be coloring my hair in 2 weeks again, but I do have really good repair masks to help with the damage of coloring my hair sooner than I should. Anyways, so this hair color is enriched with pro-keratin complex and curing agents to protect the hair and its colors, and it comes with a caring shampoo and conditioner that you can use after. And honestly, my hair feels so good. Usually after I use like L'Oreal Feria, my hair feels so dry and damaged for the 10 minutes that I can keep it on my head. Like, can you imagine having it for 30 minutes? And if it's already dry for the 10 minutes, it could be 10 times worse for 30. But anyways, I do feel like my hair is a lot darker. I do feel like it is an actual black, like a nice black, jet black. And I'm not mad about it. Like, I really like the way that it showed up on my hair. I was actually pleasantly surprised. Now, it's very gloomy outside. I can't really go sit by the window to show you what it really looks like in natural lighting. But when I did sit over there, I was just like, I could see the red and gold tones that it's picking up from like their technology. And I don't like it. I really do not like the reddish gold tones and black hair. When I color my hair black, I want it to be so cold, so cool, so ashy, so black that like you can't see the reds and golds, because I'm kind of trying to hide those to begin with. Like, I don't want that. But I felt like it's not picking it up here, which I like, because right here it looks really black and I really like it. But by my window, I kind of hate it because it's natural light, but it is picking up all the red and gold tones by my roots and everything, and I'm just not a fan of that. So I probably will be it probably will be colored within the next couple weeks, sooner rather than later. But I will let you know those updates on my Instagram, and that is, if you don't follow it already, Nina_Gilhousen. And I started doing video updates on the hair color a couple weeks after using it to let you know like all the nitty gritty, like if it's worth the color or if the color is worth the money. And like, I don't sugarcoat anything. I give you the good, the bad, the ugly. If it bleeds all over, if it washes out the next time I wash it, if it doesn't cover your grays, like, why should I try and sell you something that sucks? I will give you all my best recommendations if you want like a good hair color that is super vibrant, super black, as blue black as it possibly could get. I give you all my recommendations and stuff on there if you want to know. But I don't sugarcoat. If anyone asks me my opinion on a hair color, you're going to get my honest review. It doesn't work for me, but it might work for you. And I get lots of people that are just like, that's my favorite hair color. Thank you so much. And it's just like, it's a brand that doesn't work for me, but congratulations, it works for you and you love it and it stays in your hair. That's amazing. It just, everyone's hair is different, and most hair colors like L'Oreal and Garnier just don't work for me. It washes out completely. So for this one to actually work in my hair is amazing. So we will see if it actually sticks, because the Feria never sticks. It just washes right out. So we will see about the first and second time I have to wash my hair if it's still stuck in there. But yeah, so I don't really have anything else to say about this hair color, except it did surprise me. I was pretty bummed when I saw the box. I mean, who wouldn't be bummed if you are a black-haired and you're trying to stay in black or darker? You're not going to reach for this. This is not the first box you're going to see. You're really looking at the picture and you're going to be like, that doesn't look black. And this is not the first one you're going to go for. You're going to go for something that is actually super black, or whatever black you're looking for. This isn't it. But I really hope they fix that so that it doesn't play mind games with people. But like I said, when I did it, it definitely shocked me. This is actually black. And I'm not mad about it. I was pretty mad looking at the box, but the results are good. I like that. So if you have any other recommendations, you guys killed it last video with all your recommendations. And I'm trying to do just the jet blacks first, that like all the recommendations for blacks I'm doing first before I jump into the blue blacks, because going from a blue black to a black, you kind of get like, even if the blue is already washed out, you kind of don't get the best result. So I'm trying to do all just the black first. And since this is the last actual black I have, I'm moving on to the blue blacks. And I did have a recommendation for the regular Excellent Cream from L'Oreal, and I did find it in blue black, but I'm kind of holding off on it because I think they're discontinuing it. I'm not sure if they're just like, this is their new line, the Universal Nude. But when I was trying to buy the other recommendation of just the Excellent Cream, when something, I've noticed like at a drugstore, when something is being discontinued, they rack the price up. And I can't touch, this is $11 with tax. And it's usually like $10 plus tax. So it like rounds up to like 11 something. And I can't touch the regular Excellent Cream for that much. I can touch it for 15, 20, 25. I had the hardest time finding a blue black, but when I finally found one, it's $24 for just one box. And now I'm starting to think that they're either revamping their Excellent Cream line and like changing the formula, that I should just hold off and not spend the $24 on the blue black, which is, I know it's outrageous and kind of ridiculous to spend that amount of money on a color that not everybody can get or find, because like I can't find the blue black on Amazon, but I also cannot touch the Excellent line for $10 at all. Like not Amazon or anything. Like I can get it for $15, but that's still not worth it when you know that this is $11 and change, with tax and stuff included if you have taxes on this stuff. But I think I'm gonna hold off and keep my eye out for the regular Excellent cream that was recommended, just so I can actually get it for the right price. But by seeing them in like different price ranges for like 10, 20, 30, 60, it's not worth it, because I've tried to buy stuff that was discontinued that I didn't know was discontinuing, and it was like a $5 product, and they're asking for $24 for it, and it's not worth $24. So I think I'm just gonna wait and see if it comes out with like a new, like revamped formula or something. So I will be moving on to my blue blacks, and you guys killed it with recommendations. Like, this is the most recommendations I have gotten in one video when asking, being like, I'm done. I'm searching like eBay. And you guys are like, oh, can you try this one? Oh, can you try that one? Can you try this one? And I'm like, dang, I got you. I will do your recommendations as long as it's black or blue black. I'm not going to do pink. I'm not going to do green. I'm not going to do yellow. I'm not bleaching my hair just to try a black color or anything. Because I'm not going to damage my hair just to do black. So, or a crazy color. I'm just strictly blacks, blue blacks. Okay. So you can always, check out all my, updates on Nina_Gilhousen, and I will update you with this hair color in a couple weeks to let you guys know all the good, the bad, the ugly, and let you guys know if it's worth it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.